And welcome back to week 8 for Goodell as it gets trash talk. Uh, Last week I was obviously a little rushed. I actually have my notes this time so I can have a little something to look at and talk about a little bit more and a little bit more clearly, hopefully. I did go back and look at my record of my guesses so far, and I am 9 and 11. So yeah, don't not going well. But week 8 looks like it's shaping up to be a pretty good week. Lots of interesting matchups. Um, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes. Bye weeks are kicking in, so people's teams are looking a little bit different. You can see who's working on depth over the season and keep an eye on things to stay fluid and keep themselves strong even during bye week situations. Had a few good trades this week too, so definitely affected things and had some fun stuff to talk about with those. And with further ado, we're just going to jump right into the matchups. Alright, first up, we're going to have number 7, Gilly Glowing versus number 2, Run CMC. Currently, the projections have me at 169.05 and Brock at 171.63. This is my game of the week. Kind of revenge game for me after the BS of Derrick Henry's 100 million point game that carried Brock's team to victory during his bye week hell. So this is the game of the week. I think and I am pulling for myself to pull the upset on this one. So I think there's potential, but we'll talk about it more in a little bit. Key matchup, I'm going to go a little bit different than normal, as our strengths are very different on our rosters. But I'm going to go Davante Adams versus Alvin Kamara. Both those guys are huge right now. Probably some of the best players in fantasy right now. Just in general, they're going to be great, and they need to show up in this matchup for both of our teams to keep it fun and interesting. Sleepers, I'm picking for myself Travis Fulgham again. I still don't feel like he's getting the love because no one knew who he was 3 weeks ago. But Carson Wentz is throwing him the ball. Zach Ertz is not there. Dallas Goedert's not there. Deshaun Jackson's now out. He's going to keep getting the ball, and he's playing Dallas. Fucking Dallas. So could be a huge game for that dude. And then Cooper Kupp. Let's say about Cooper Kupp, man. He all the potential in the world. Was a number 1 wide receiver a couple years ago, and just hasn't shown it this year in general. He could definitely have a 2 or 3 touchdown game for over 100 yards. That's in the cards for him, but it just hasn't happened yet. So we'll see. If he has a big game, that'll hurt me a lot, and it's possible. Kind of the thing I was alluding to earlier is that I feel like my roster has a couple players that are primed for some huge games. I mean, Davante Adams against Minnesota, Travis Fulgham against Denver, DJ Moore against Atlanta, Adam Thielen against Green Bay. They're gonna have to keep up. Jonathan Taylor versus Detroit. I just feel like there's a couple players on my roster that their matchups are almost too juicy, and I think could carry me for the win. With Brock's team, his strength is very much so at the running back position. Dalvin Cook, Alvin Kamara, soon to be CMC, but right now Mac Davis. So lots of strength there, but his matchups are just a smidge more difficult than what I have for my strength positions. So that's why I picked myself to win, is that I have that slight edge in matchup, and hopefully it works out for me. Next matchup is going to be number 5, Can't Get Rights versus number 4, Diggs Family Robinson. Stefan is currently projected at 125.85, and Sean is currently projected at 169.56. I feel like Stefan's team is just getting disrespected every single week on projected points. Because you look at his roster, it's a better than 125 projected points for sure. But we'll see. We'll see. But key matchup, I'm actually going to highlight the tight end position for these guys. Richard Rodgers on Stephon's side. As I kind of talked about with Travis Fulgham, there's just no one else in Philly. And he had a great game, and he should have a great game this week. And I think Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert should be scared of Richard Rodgers because he had a better week than either one of those two, like I've had all year. So, and then obviously with Darren Waller, target monster, top 3 tight end week in week out. Just very good, and could carry Sean's team. Sleepers, got to go with Tom Brady's favorite 6-foot white guy, Scotty Miller. He likes throwing to 6 feet white guys. Like it's just a thing. I don't get it, but he does. And you can tell these past few games, Tom Brady's getting comfortable. So I think he could definitely do some damage this week, especially with Godwin out and kind of prepping for that Antonio Brown role. Look out, could be a big week for him. And then Jermichael Hasty, running back for San Francisco, if you don't know, one of the 600 there. Everybody else is kind of hurt. McKinnon seems to be like if he's healthy would be the guy, but he wasn't the guy last week. But Shanahan said something about him being rested. I don't know, man. I don't know, but I think it's a definite possibility that Jermichael Hasty could get the ball. San Francisco's running team. He's running back for that team, so why not him? A couple notes I had down. The Edmonds bye week hurt Stephon a little bit with Drake now out. Edmonds he looked great. I mean, he really did, and I think he looked better than what Drake has looked this year. Excuse me. Good stuff. So he could definitely. I think there's a world where he keeps the starting job even when Drake's back, or gets more of a 50-50 kind of split. So could be a cool thing for him in the future, but hurts right now. And then Sean was the lucky winner of the Kansas City versus the Jets defense this week. Fucking Jets. Irregardless, great pickup. Will be good. Will continue to be good. Any defense versus the Jets will be good. And period. But I'm still gonna pick Sean to win this one. Stephon does have some stuff to overcome and needs some big weeks from the guys that are there. But I think there is a world where it happens. So watch out. Next matchup is going to be number 10, the Comeback Kids, versus number 1, Rollin with Mahomie. This is going to be my stinker of the week, but not for the reason you might think. It is 10 versus 1. The reason why it's my stinker is that most of it has relying on Kansas City beating the Jets for house game. Okay, yeah, he's going to get points, probably, but we'll kind of talk about it in a second too. Currently, the projections are at 136.6 versus 165.43. Even after the Kelsey trade that just went through, I think this is probably his lowest projection of the year. So something to note. Cool to look at. Key matchup for this one, I'm gonna go with Todd Gurley and Ezekiel Elliott. This is a weird one. It's not from 3 years ago, I promise. It's still relevant. But I think Todd Gurley is either getting more comfortable in the offense, or the Falcons are getting more comfortable with him now that Dan Quinn's out. I really do think that's a possibility, and he's looked decent. He looks not bad at all. I think he's a good player. And then Ezekiel Elliott, I panic traded him away. Okay, I know. I am so scared of Dallas and what is happening there. Those guys look like absolute dog shit, just all over the field. I don't know. It scares me. Ezekiel scares me. His matchups scare me. Um, like not even this week against Philly, you're like, oh, it's just Philly, but their run defense is pretty good. They're stopping people, and now that they know that, hey, who the hell's playing quarterback? Danucci was his name, I think. Andy Dalton. Just put 8 guys in the box and have them try to throw it. I feel so bad for Dallas. Sleepers though, we'll talk about those positives. Daryl Henderson on Comeback Kid. He seems to be the #1 guy right now for the Rams. He's getting the ball. He's healthy this week. He should be good, especially against Miami. And then Myles Gaskin on House side. Again, this one's a weird fluctuation as well. Tua Tagovailoa. I fucked that up. I know I did. First start versus the Rams defense. Just send in Ryan Fitzpatrick against Aaron Donald and have him come back next week. Don't put the rookie against Aaron Donald. It's just a terrible idea. But I still think Myles Gaskin is going to be good. I was actually kind of hurt when I traded him because I think he is a pretty valuable piece in fantasy and just super undervalued. That's why Howell took him, because he knows that he's not a bad piece. He is a good piece and will be going forward. He's sneaky like that. But yeah, kind of some notes I put down for both teams for the Comeback Kids. Go look at their roster. It's actually good. Like he has some good pieces there, and I think he's kind of sneaky, super sneaky little team with down there. Keep an eye on him. Before the Kelsey trade, I actually had him upsetting Howell because I'm looking at his rosters, like he can beat his projections. He could have some great games out of the players that are on there. So it's cool. And then on Howell's side, a lot of his players have really tough matchups this week. So it could be a down week for Howell, which would be great for the league in general, because I'm tired of seeing him win all the time. Except for last week. But a 1 versus 2 matchup is whatever. But yeah, he has a lot of tough matchups, a lot of players that are kind of in this weird gray zone that we don't know what to do with. But yeah, should be interesting for him. But again, this is my stinker of the week, mostly because we have to rely on a Kansas City and Jets football game for most of the points. And that just sounds awful to think about. So, good luck, guys. Next matchup we're going to talk about is number 6 Armed Rodgery versus number 3 Flutie and the Blowfish. Currently projections have Liv at 163.8 and Rachel at 147.59. So there's those interesting numbers. With Rachel's number though, I think I foresee that going up because they haven't for some reason put Joe Mixon's points on Giovanni Bernard yet. So it still says like 6 for him. It should be 6. You add 10 points to it. This matchup is obviously like right next to each other. So, super cool matchup, I would say. Key matchup I'm going to highlight is Keenan Allen versus Kenny Galladay. I could go back to the DK versus Tyler Lockett matchup because it is just a juicy one, and one of those two guys is going to be great. But there's a world they're both great because that Seahawks offense is stupid. But I'll go with these two guys this time. With Keenan Allen, Justin Herbert is the truth. He has blown away pretty much everyone's expectations of him coming into this year. I foresee him being very good. If you look at the AFC West currently, he's definitely the second best quarterback in the division. So I'm super happy with where this is trending for my football team, as well as for Keenan Allen. He's getting targeted all the fucking time. He's just, where's number 13? That's all Herbert does, which is fine for Enoch Allen, and especially in the PPR league. Kenny Galladay, he's a big ass motherfucker. He's gonna score points. He's just good. He's like a Megatron light for the Lions. He really is. He's a big guy, scores points, and he does well. That was creepy. You saw that shit up there? Weird. Anyway, sleepers. We're gonna go with Marquise Brown or Marcus Brown. I don't remember his first name. Hollywood Brown. Everyone knows who I'm talking about now, right? Baltimore wide receiver. He hasn't really shown much so far, but that's because they're not throwing the ball that often. But he only needs like 2 or 3 catches to have 100 yards and a touchdown. He's that kind of player. So if he hits, he hits. So it could be great. And then Robbie Anderson, I just feel like he's not been talked, or I haven't talked about him enough. He's been the #1 guy in Carolina. He just hasn't. And no one saw that coming. Rachel had some foresight picking that guy up. I think he was even a waiver ad early, and it's been great. It's been great for her. He's been a great player all year, and I foresee it being a great game against Atlanta. Atlanta can't stop him to be there. A couple notes I had for Liv. He's got Tampa Bay defense versus the Giants. Fucking New York, just in general, the entire area of football is just garbage, except for Buffalo, like the NY proper teams. Apologies. But yeah, that'll be great for Liv. And then Rachel's actually on a pretty rough bye week and has a couple major injuries on her team. She lost Fuller and Murray to the bye week, so hurt her team a lot. And then Mixon and Sanders are currently unquestionable, and I don't think either one are projected to play this week. So, I mean, those are some huge injuries on her team. Her team is very good. Like, it's just a very good football team, and she's doing well. So, good for you, Rachel. I am going to pick Rachel to win this. She always seems to find a way to win pretty much any single game she's in, or at least be competitive. And like I said, the whole Giovanni Bernard projection, essentially, if once Mixon's ruled out, you're going to tack on 10 points onto Giovanni Bernard, and he's going to be good. So keep it going. Good game coming up. And last but kind of least, we got sorry guys. We got number 9 Cooper Trooper versus number 8 Embrace the Suck. Jose is currently at 133.09, and Embrace the Suck Saran is currently at 154.27. I am picking Saran to win this one, and we'll kind of talk about that a little bit more soon. Key matchup: James Conner versus Kareem Hunt. They're both playing well. They're 2 good running backs, and will continue to be good. I was very close to doing that Connor Zeke trade, Jose. I was so close. But I like the offer a little bit more with a couple more pieces over on Hal's side. Sorry. And then Kareem Hunt is taking full advantage of Nick Chubb being out, scoring points, doing well, doing his thing. So easy. Sleepers. I'm gonna go with T. Higgins. I love T. Higgins. I think he's talented. He has chemistry with Joe Burrow. I think the past couple weeks have been down weeks for him. As AJ Green, for whatever reason, has decided to re-enter the offense. But I still think he can continue to be good, and I think he should still be good. And then Brandon Ayuk. I was actually pretty bummed when I couldn't find him on the waiver wire, because he's gonna have a game, I think. Yeah, good pickup, Saran. Good pickup. Couple notes. I'm gonna start with Saran's side. Keep him for a positive note. His team keeps growing. He has a lot of potential on his roster, and I think he's definitely in that hunt at the bottom end of the league with me and Jose and comeback kid. I forgot who his name is now because it's not Taco, but yeah, and Liv, right? I think he's right in that mix with us there at the bottom, and I think he could definitely do some damage. So good job, Tran, keeping the course, staying strong, do what you need to do. Jose, though, dude, you have had like the worst luck I have ever seen of any fantasy manager I've ever been in. I've been playing fantasy for the better part of 10 years now. So, man, that Dak injury killed you. I mean, the way I think about that Dak injury, especially with your roster, because you had Cooper, that was 50 guaranteed points every week. That is now just gone. You might be getting 15 from Cooper now with the quarterback shit show that is now in Dallas, and that sucks. I feel for you, my dude. Keep looking to add some pieces. Look for the future. Remember, this is a keeper league. Try to see if you can get some of those keeper level players on a couple more keeper level players on your roster. Try to capitalize on those big weeks from some players to try to get some good trade offers out there. I think you have a lot of potential moving forward in coming years, probably. But oh man, it's hard. It's hard right now. You're in a tough spot. But keep building, keep trying, keep working. You'll get somewhere. And you're still in that mix for 8 teams make the playoffs, my dude. You're still right there. You're still right there. So keep an eye on it. Keep working. You got it. You got this. But like I said, I am gonna pick Saran to win. He's trending upwards, I think, and you're still you're sideways, but he's like up here. Sorry, dude. I don't want to sound so terrible and rude about it, but your roster's hurting, my dude. This is awkward now. Good luck. Alright, those were the week 8 matchups. I want to apologize for the cough, guys. My allergies were kicking my ass for about a week now. With the weather change and smoke and everything else. I've been dying. It's been rough. No corona. I'm good. Okay. Cross my heart. So, but yeah, freaking rough allergy season right now. But anyway, recap. Game of the week is gonna be me and Brock. Revenge game for me. Going down, my dude. Please. But yeah, it is kind of like if you look at the rosters, it's a wide receiver versus running back kind of matchup. So it should be fun. It should be a lot of fun to watch. Keep an eye on Stinker, Comeback Kid versus Mahomie, mostly, like I said, because of the freaking Jets game. This was almost my game of the week because I thought that I think the thing about that Jets game, like Kansas City could score like 60 points in the first half just because of how bad the Jets are. There's a world where that's possible, and in that world, maybe some of that's defense. A lot of that might be running. A lot of like, and Howell doesn't have. Does he have CH? I didn't check. I don't think so. Either way, he still has to rely on the Kansas City needing to score points, and they just won't need to. But I think they'll kind of just score not trying either. I don't know. We'll see. But I do think that's a fun matchup to keep an eye on. Just a tiny bit. Keep an eye out on. All these matchups are pretty good. It was really hard to kind of pick the stinker this week, to be honest. I think a lot of the teams, a lot of the matchups are pretty well matched. Even the ones that had like varied projections, just based off of like some of the matchups I was seeing from some of these stronger, or from some of the weaker rosters. They could have some players put up some big time points and definitely pull up an upset. Hopefully this week I can get into the winning side of things with my guesses, because I have been trash so far. But like I said, it should be a fun week of football. I don't think there's any. No, there wasn't any really big news this week. AB was last week. Yeah, kind of a boring NFL week, to be honest. I think the trade deadline, the NFL trade deadline, is coming up, so keep an eye on it, because they were talking about how teams might be looking to make earlier trades if they want to do trades due to the COVID restrictions. So we could be seeing some people move. I saw rumors about Evan Ingram moving. I saw rumors about Allen Robinson. I've seen rumors about I think those are kind of the bigger names that I've seen with the rumors next to their name. But yeah, this could be a time to be looking out for those trades, those NFL trades. So good luck, everybody. I hope you all lose, and I will see you next week. Bye bye.